Welcome to Taste Reviews Drink Edition. I'm your host, Derek Silver, and this is episode 18. Good to be back. Of course, we got a new one for you today. This one right here is called Lux Row. Limited edition whiskey, Bardstone, Kentucky. This is their full grain mash bill double single barrel. Now, let's check out the bottle. The bottle's nice shape to it. I've seen this type of shape to whiskey bottles before. I like it. Got nice details on it. Nice bottle. A lot of detail on the bottle. So it's a real nice bottle. Um, on the side, they give you a little history of the whiskey, particularly the full grain mash bill. Um, they got like tasting notes on this particular label on the side. It's 57.5% alcohol volume and it's 115 proof. 115 proof. So on the back, they gave you a little history of Lux Row Distillers. Just me checking out their website. They have a few different type of whiskeys and whiskey brands under this distillery. But this one right here is part of their signature brand, Lux Row Distillers. So we're going to try this one out today. Let me go to the website and give you a little bit overview of it as well as the tasting notes. I love a website that already got the tasting notes on it. And this one actually is the first whiskey that I've come across that has the tasting notes actually on the bottle as well. So it says full grain double single barrel. The full grain bourbon combines a single barrel of rye bourbon with a single barrel of wheated bourbon, a perfect and flavorful mix of our finest mash bills. The ingredients: four grains, wheat, rye, corn, and malted barley, blended together in perfect harmony. Like I said, it's 57.5% alcohol volume and 115 proof. The tasting notes: the aroma, oak, caramel, and vanilla. The palate, caramel, citrus, vanilla, and cinnamon. And the finish, velvety, smooth, with a mellow oak finish. I'm looking forward to the tasting of this one because the palate sounds very interesting. Caramel, citrus, vanilla, and cinnamon. So this one should be a smooth, sweet one. If it's anything like they say with the finish, velvety smooth, so that should be good. And one thing that I know for sure that wasn't on these tasting notes is marzipan. No marzipan with this whiskey right here. So let's just not even waste no time. We're gonna get to the best part, your favorite part of the show, the tasting. Love that sound. Smells good. Says an oak caramel vanilla aroma. I can smell the vanilla caramel and definitely has a oak smell to it. So right on point with the aroma. Hey, I ain't even bring my pour with me, so we just gotta go ahead and let me start with the nosing glass. Put a little bit in there. It has a nice color to it. It's like a copper color, bronze color. It's thin. It's a thin whiskey. Um, got a little oil to it. Not that much. It's very thin though, but it's a nice color to it. It looks real good under the lights. So let's taste this one and see what it's going to taste like. Once again, I smell the caramel, the vanilla, the oak. Now let's go to the palate, the taste. All right, so drinking it from the nose and glass, drinking it neat. I can definitely taste the cinnamon. I can taste the caramel. I can taste the citrus. Um, I taste the vanilla, and it has a spice to it. It has a spice to it. Um, the moment you taste it, you can taste that spice. Neat. Um, let me have one more taste. It is smooth. It has an oak finish to it. I definitely taste that spice on the front end, and I'm assuming that's coming from the cinnamon. It's like a balance of sweet and smoky. Well, not smoky, balance of sweet and oaky. Balance of sweet and oaky, neat. Um, yeah, this one, burp number one. But I'm reserving um, how I feel about it. I'm reserving that right now because neat. Um, this is very. They say it's smooth. It has is smooth, but I've had much more smoother whiskeys before. Um, this just could be the 115 proof, but this whiskey is kind of strong. This whiskey is kind of strong. It's for I would say the taste, the palate that is given neat, neat. I gotta keep saying that neat. It's for experienced whiskey drinkers, uh, or if you just want to, just have a good time. So we're gonna go over to the glass now with a splash of water. Okay, got that splash of water in there. Going to stir that around a little bit. Okay, with the splash of water, I'm getting that caramel. The caramel is real strong with the splash of water, as well as the oak. Well as the oak. I'm not getting too much of the vanilla. Burp number two, but I'm still reserving. Burp number three, still reserving. Burp number four, I'm still reserving. I have to say from the start, yes, this is a strong whiskey. This is definitely strong. This is for experienced whiskey drinkers. Definitely experienced whiskey drinkers. And like I said, it could be because of that 115 proof. So let me go ahead and say splash of water. Splash of water now is velvety smooth. With that splash of water, it's definitely much more smoother. I can taste the vanilla. The vanilla is very strong with the splash of water. It's coming out very strong. I can taste the caramel. The spice isn't there. The splash of water calms that cinnamon down, that spice down. Um, it's not too oaky. It's not as oaky as it was with the neat. It's definitely velvety smooth with the splash of water. And that's why I say when you drinking whiskeys, bourbon whiskeys, scotch, um, you have to try it the three different ways. And that's what I've come to learn since I've started dabbling with whiskeys. So we're gonna move on now to the glass on the rocks, just making a mess. All right, let me pour that in there. Let me stir that around a little bit. Got ice chips everywhere. I have to say this probably with this 115 proof, this is probably one of the highest proof whiskeys that I've had. I've had 100 proof whiskeys before, um, but this one has to be the highest proof whiskey that I've had. 115 proof. So let me stir this around just a little bit more. Get that ice working up in there. Get them rocks activated. I'm gonna take a sip. On the rocks is velvety smooth. Is velvety smooth on the rocks. I'm getting that caramel. I'm getting that vanilla. I'm not getting that much of the citrus, and I'm barely getting any of the cinnamon, the spice with the glass on the rocks. Yeah, on the rocks is definitely much more smoother. The spice is much more calmer. The taste is much calmer. You get more of the caramel and the vanilla on the rocks. So Lux Row, full grain mash bill, double single barrel whiskey, 115 proof. It's a good whiskey. It's definitely a good whiskey, but I would recommend this one and reserve it for experienced whiskey drinkers or experienced drinkers, period. Um, if you're going to drink this neat, you probably want to have a mild cigar with it to kind of balance the flavor of the whiskey out. But if you don't smoke cigars, I would suggest and recommend that you drink this whiskey with a splash of water and definitely on the rocks. On the rocks, this whiskey is very good. It's very smooth. You get more of the caramel and vanilla flavors. Neat, you getting all them flavors: caramel, citrus, vanilla, and cinnamon. A lot of cinnamon, a lot of that spice that's from the cinnamon. You getting neat. Splash of water, you getting a balance. Uh, or I would say not a balance, but mild taste of the caramel, citrus, vanilla, and cinnamon. So when I drink this whiskey, I'm definitely going to drink it more on the rocks or with a splash of water. I can handle the neat, but I don't prefer it. I don't prefer strong, spicy whiskeys. Even though I love spicy foods, I can't do no spicy whiskeys. I can't do it. So out of 5 tastes, I would give this one a 3 out of 5 tastes. 3.3 and a half. I'll get 3.5. Let's go with 3.5. 3.5 out of 5 tastes. I will give this one. Um, this is not a whiskey, like I said, that I would give a new whiskey drinker or someone who is not familiar with a different all the different types of whiskeys and flavors that you can get from whiskey. I wouldn't do that to them. Nah, that would be setting them up for failure. They would drink this and hate whiskey forever. They wouldn't even try another whiskey if they drink this neat. But I will say it definitely has good flavors to it. You just have to find your selection, your preferred palate of how you would drink it. Once again, this is a 115 proof whiskey. This has to be one of the highest proof whiskeys that I've ever had. I'm going through my mind all the whiskeys that I've been drinking over the past couple of years. This has to be the highest, 115 proof. I've had 100 proof whiskeys before, but I doubt I've had 115 proof whiskey. So that's it for another episode of Taste Reviews Drink Edition. I'm your host, Derek Silver. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you. And we'll be back next week for another episode. Make sure you drink responsibly, especially if it's 115 proof.